Welcome back to Be Rich. One of the great successes of India from 2014 has been the great strides we have made in digital payments. Rajan started what was then became NPCI, National Payments Company of India. This was basically organizing transfers between banks electronically. They launched several products starting with the RTGS, and then they had the IMPS that would transfer between banks immediately. But the big winner came in 2016 when they announced what is now known as UPA, which is known as the BEAM app. Based on this app, several technology companies have built payment transfers, the most popular being PhonePe, owned by Walmart, and GPay, that is Google Pay. The success is mainly due to the introduction of Aadhaar, where every Indian has an Aadhaar card and it is possible to authenticate every transaction. Since every bank account is linked to Aadhaar and a PAN card, and now every Aadhaar is linked with the PAN card. Then there is the great Indian innovation, which is now accepted globally, that the factor authentication of a PIN code. So, since your Aadhaar is connected with a phone call, you can immediately get a PIN authorization, and when you get the PIN, is the whole thing transferred done. This means there is lower incidence of fraud. Even today, there are scamsters trying to do fraud, especially when you advertise for renting of property or other services, where they say you have to scan and transfer some money. The scamster wants you to charge transfer only 100 or 200 rupees, but if he scams 100 people, then it becomes 10,000 rupees. But normally, such scamster banks have gone out of the way to say they don't ask for the PIN number, they don't ask you to transfer money. To receive money from somebody, you don't have to transfer anything. What this has done is that this has made bank strikes, banks holidays, everything irrelevant. In fact, traffic to ATMs will also drop because small payment transfers are done by GPay, Google Pay, or by PhonePe today. I was very surprised when I saw a small flower vendor taking a payment and has put out a small QR code in which she says she is accepting PhonePe. My fruit vendor accepts payments through GPay. All this has meant that this is what the government wanted, that we reduce less cash, we use less cash. With small transactions dominating both GPay and PhonePe, the usage of cash has begun to drop. But we have a long way to go from the Scandinavian countries, in which there is prediction that in 10 years cash will die a natural death because everybody transfers money. India will get there one day, but we may be several decades behind this, and I may be long gone before that day arrives. Because people have to gain confidence in the system before they can part with their money. This drive has been made possible by NPCI and technology companies building apps on top of it. The other companies are not far behind. With Facebook, which is now known as Meta, is giving arranging facilities for people who advertised in using Facebook. So, what has happened is you have had a clutch of technology companies which have upended banks. Even as I said in one of those events, Uday Kotak himself has said the banks were caught napping and technology companies have eaten into it. Several payment companies have built ingenious payment solutions. Few, like Razorpay and PayUmoney, are now allowing merchants to tap money and accept money from various locations. Before, if I had a website, I'd had to give my bank account and hope that the customer would transfer money, and then I would then ship goods, or I would ship goods first and then transfer money. But PayUmoney and Razorpay have made sure that I can, as a merchant, accept payments through a third party gateway, and the third party gateway will make sure that the goods reach the customer. These services would have not been possible without GPay or without the idea of technology innovations. Today, India does, on a real time basis, 25.6 billion transactions. That is, as I'm talking to you, about 25.6 billion transactions are taking place through various sectors in the banks. What has this meant? This has also meant that the humble checkleaf which we used to pay and receive payment has disappeared. While a small portion still continues to exist, But I cannot remember the last time I wrote out a check, except in some trust accounts where I use a check to withdraw money for day to day purposes, for businesses, for making payments, for receiving payments. I don't use that humble check leaf. Let me tell you how I would use to make payments. If I used to make a payment to somebody whom I knew and I gave him a check, he would receive the check and he would rush to his bank and put it in. Most likely, he would be able to put it in only the next day. So today, if I give him a check, he puts it tomorrow to his bank. His bank presents it to clearing. Third day, he would get this payment if everything was working. So Monday, I issued a check to him. Tuesday, he banked it. Thursday, he got it. Until Thursday morning, he was not sure of whether he has received the money or not. Either I had to take the risk of making the payment, or he had to take the risk that my payment was good and supply me the material. But all that has changed. If there is money in my account, all I have to do is a GPay and take the goods. So that principle of that insecurity, that risk that was there between us has vanished completely. I don't have to go to my bank. If I want to buy a television, I and which for 50,000 rupees, I would have normally issued a check or swiped my card. But here today, I can negotiate a price and say instead of credit card, I'll pay you cash. You are making 2% on that. You can discount it. And he will discount it. And that discount, I can pay 49,000 rupees using GPay or Beam or even a humble IMSS where I can transfer money from my account to his account. All this has made transactions very cheap and possible. In fact, the Jim Cramer now calls it Mama. That is, he has removed from Fang Netflix and made it Microsoft. So you have Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Meta, which is basically Mama, which has two meanings in Hindi or in Tamil. So it can mean uncle, and I will let the other meaning that you decide. But Uday Kotak, tongue in cheek, says, you have to decide which is what. Uday Kotak is nervous because these technology companies have taken banking away from him and empowered fintech companies to serve the customer at his doorstep. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.
For hot financial news reviews and economical updates, watch Be Rich. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.